Hey guys, welcome back to the Wake Up and Makeup Show. I am your host, Kat Panic, and thank you for tuning in this late at night for our Halloween special with my very favorite of all guests in the best time of year, the Splatterhouse of Lethbridge.
Oh,
so
thanks for having us.
Yeah, of
so
course.
much.
And thanks for finally in the flesh after 3 years.
Yeah.
I am honored.
Yeah,
I am
I'm
truly
finally
honored.
made it.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is amazing. So I have so many people who ask me still to this day, what is the Splatterhouse? So can you guys give us kind of a ballpark of like the history and what exactly it is?
Oh, it started off super small, just kind of like just a small display that I kind of put some effort into, and it just snowballed from there. People were like, oh, you should do more and more. And then we added the live gore kind of show thing, and that snowballed, and then every year it was like, let's add another viewing box with gore in it, and yeah, it just snowballed into what it is now. Like, I think it's been about 18 or 19 years that we've been like building this thing up, and yeah, it's a lot of fun.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So like every year you add more and more to the Splatterhouse.
We try.
Yeah.
We try to mix it up and add new stuff and change what we do so people that are fans of it come. They're surprised every year.
Mm-hmm.
They get something different every year.
Yeah, that's wicked. So the Splatterhouse is a haunt, is it not?
We like to call it a haunt. It's a little bit of everything.
Okay.
We got jump scares. We've got, like I say, gore, live action gore stuff, and just good displays.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the ambiance of Halloween. We try to recreate that big time.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
So you are basically the creator of the Splatterhouse.
I used to do it at my old location. I used to do the whole thing, as far as even to get actors to help out. It used to be a lot of the guys I work with.
Mm-hmm.
I'd coax them into doing it, and I would buy a mask. I would paint it up for them, create their character, give them pointers on what to do, because they were like, well, what do I do? Like, do I just stand in there and scare a kid? Well, do this and do that and kind of thing, and and then it snowballed into people meeting people that are into it. So now we kind of let people kind of roll with their own, that help out. We let them kind of do their own thing. They kind of know the rules about, we don't let people get grabbed, and we're not that shock style haunt, but we do scary stuff.
That's great. You're in the business of scare.
Yeah.
I love it. And Erin, you have been a part of the Splatterhouse for how many years?
Like 6 Halloweens
6,
now,
I think,
7 maybe, something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
That's amazing. So what's your involvement with the Splatterhouse? Do you go and scare people?
I do. Last year was my year off. We got a new puppy in the summertime, so he was a handful and a half, and he was not ready for the sounds that come with our Halloween show.
Yeah.
This year he will be gracing us with his presence, so we'll see how that goes.
Oh, yeah.
He'll be kept, well back, so anybody who does have an aversion to dogs, won't come in contact with him, but he's gonna hang out. So, I started with the toy box scene that Kevin designed, and it was kind of one of those things where he had an idea in mind, and we met at work, and it was wanted to be involved. So I did the Evil Alice scene, and after that, I kind of proved that I knew what I was doing with costumes, and so now I get to do my own thing.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. So yeah, it's amazing to see that you guys have really grown this throughout the years. It's almost been like almost a lifetime of the Splatterhouse.
It feels like it. I've had kids come that now are grown up and bringing their kids, and I can hear the comments that, oh, my dad used to bring me to the other place, like, when I was little, and it used to scare me. Now I'm with my grown girlfriend or my kids and stuff. So it's been going on for quite a while.
Wow, that's just so amazing, because you really don't hear about that nowadays, especially in little Lethbridge, right? There's not a whole lot of notorious haunted houses or haunts that you can take your kids to.
It's kind of why I ran with it, as far as doing it all outside. I originally my very first one was all inside my house, and so I could have like an adult Halloween party.
Mm-hmm.
So I did my whole house up all gory and stuff, and everybody's like, oh, this is so awesome, you should spill some of that into your yard. Mm-hmm. Kids would love it. And I was like, well, I'll try a little bit, and then it all ended up in the yard.
Yeah.
And nobody was ever. I thankfully have always had really good neighbors at both my locations. None of them ever really are put off by what I do. So that helps too. That they're okay with what I do, and that I bring 600-700 kids into the neighborhood one night a year, right?
Yeah, those trick-or-treating bills must be pretty high in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
No, that's great. Well, I'm just so happy that there's people in this community that really believe in keeping the spirit of Halloween alive.
Well, and we do it totally free. Like everybody can come and check it out. You can donate if you like to, but it's definitely not a requirement. You don't have to have a costume. You don't. We let everybody in that wants to come and check it out. Awesome. And it's funny, some people only make it part way through and turn around and go back.
Is it like a sweet satisfaction?
It is, and especially for kids that I see year after year, seeing how far into the yard they get, and then you know every year it's a little bit further, and then it's like, you know, and then finally then they do it, it's like, yeah, I did the whole yard. Now they'll see, a lot of them in my neighborhood know who I am, so they're like, I'll see them after, and they'll be, oh, did you go through the yard? And they're like, oh, I made it part way, and then years later they'll be like, yeah, I finally made it all the way through.
Yeah.
Awesome. And they still come.
You change it every year too, don't you?
A little bit, yeah.
So it's always like, you know, they think they might make it through the next year, but then maybe not, because if something is scarier just like popped up out of the
yeah, we try to do different scare spots and different scenes and different actors and stuff. So yeah, we change it up. We added a few new things this year that I think are going to get people. So.
Oh, that's so great.
Yeah, it should be fun.
Just to clarify, let's get like your location, and also, so there is free admission.
Yep.
Yes.
Free admission, and that's always been. It's
always
always been free.
Absolutely.
But you do take donations.
Yes.
Like monetary
just
value.
over the last few years, I had so many people say, oh, you should just charge $1. Just $1, and I'm like, well, I don't know. I do it because I love it, and I just want people to see it. So it's not about making any money or getting any kind of value out of it that way. It's the value I get is from just having so many people come. And then so we put it out because it helps at one point pay for the power bill, right? A little more so at my other location. I ran the lights and stuff more because it on 6th Ave you could see it a lot more. Where we are now, it's kind of all in the back, so it's more of the front display is still really cool, but all the lighting and all the fog machines and everything, you got to see it on Halloween night to actually see it. You got to come right in the yard and see it.
Oh, that's great. So yeah, tell us about your location then. Like, where can we find you?
We are at 301 6A Avenue South, right behind Martin Brothers Funeral Home.
Great. So can we, when people are driving by, will they know right away which house is yours?
Yeah, it's very obvious. It's very obvious. The front is there'll be a lineup of people, and the front is completely done up. So
that's amazing.
You can't miss it.
Right on. So, if you guys didn't hear that, it's right behind Martin Bros. It is free to enter. I do encourage, though, please donate on monetary value. If you want to see these lovely things in Lethbridge, keep going year through year. Definitely donations always help. Just like keeping things new and fresh, and also just helping the artists, you know, display their work. Because basically, that's what you guys are artists.
Kind of. I like to think of it as scary art.
Yeah. Scary art.
Yeah, there's definitely an art to it for sure. Lots of people try to do it, and I give them credit, but I live horror, so horror movies and the whole lifestyle thing. So I think I know what scares people, and you know what I mean. Like you get a sense for what is scary to people, and I just try to recreate that on Halloween.
That's great.
Yep.
Yeah. So, Erin, what do we have in this?
I was going to say, speaking of art, we brought you presents.
Oh my gosh! What?
For being so awesome.
And having us here, this is for you.
Oh my God. Okay, well, did you guys draw this?
Yes.
Erin painted the
You
box.
guys, look at this amazing bag. I just can't get over how beautiful this is. Did you do this with crayons?
Pencil, crayons, and like chalk, and a few mediums.
Oh my gosh! Well, this bag is to die for. I'm excited. Oh my God! What is this? Ah! Okay. I'm too excited. Is it breakable? Am I gonna break
No,
this? Okay.
no.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Please explain to me. What?
So we made you your own little Lala Loopsy doll. She's a Red Riding Hood for Halloween.
Oh my god!
But she needed to be a little zombie and a little more pink and
And you painted this!
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is so adorable! It looks just like me!
We thought it was pretty perfect for you, so.
Oh, well, thank you guys. That is, oh my gosh, she's so cute. I'm gonna put her on the table. Hopefully she'll stand up on her own, or she'll sit down. Let's kind of lean her up. Oh my gosh,
She's a little top heavy.
You guys are so
Little
wonderful
wobbly.
and so creative. I just love it. And there's something else in here. What could this be? Oh, it looks kind of gory. Makes me really excited. All right. Oh my god! What
and it's
this?
you know the Build-A-Bear kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, one year I got a whole bunch of bears and I made a whole bunch of crazy bears for my toy box scene.
Yeah.
And this one just ended up in a Insane Clown Posse box and it fit very well. And
Oh
I
my
had it for a
God.
while and we just thought that maybe you would appreciate it.
Of course, it'll go right beside my Chucky.
There you go.
You'll have a friend.
Yeah,
Oh,
and,
it's
and he's
beautiful.
he was just a regular bear that has been transformed into that.
Oh, you are so creative. For those of you who can't see, this bear has barbed wire as a rib cage, and it's got crazy pokey out eyes, some devil horns, lots of blood, and some skeleton hands. Oh, I'm just so excited. Ugh, thank you guys
You bet.
so much.
Oh, thank
This is
you.
just perfect.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, believe me, it's like pleasure's all mine. I am all about the Halloween. I'm all about the scare and the gore. And so I feel like we're all like, kindred spirits.
You
in that
bet.
way.
Oh, yeah, you bet.
Absolutely. We're going to put this up here just so we can show off all this beautifulness. So, okay, tell me now. You guys create all these beautiful pieces. Do you ever sell anything?
Not very often, no.
Really?
I get asked, we go to concerts quite often, and I get asked about masks, because I'm one of those guys that goes to concerts like this,
Yeah.
right? Because most of the concerts I see, the bands are like this, right? So I'm one of those super fans. So I get asked a lot, oh, do you make masks? Do you sell them? On my Instagram, I get asked a lot, do you sell masks and stuff? And not really. I make them and I collect them.
Yeah.
I buy them from Spirit Store or garage sales and stuff, and then I just completely change them,
Great.
make them my own.
Yeah. That's amazing. I'm just so sad that, because I'm sure it'd be lucrative for you to, start selling it.
It would kind of be nice too, but again, it's one of those adventures that I have a regular day job that pays the bills, and I've been doing it a long time, and venturing into doing this kind of stuff is more, it's always been just a passion and a hobby.
Mhm.
So I just kind of just roll with it, and we give a lot of stuff away.
Oh,
Yeah.
We make stuff,
Aw.
and we we gifts and stuff for like-minded people. We do this kind of stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's just amazing. You guys
Yeah.
probably have the best friendship circles. I just imagine what Christmas is like. Oh my gosh. That's amazing. No, seriously, I'm so impressed. This is perfect. I'm so excited to put them in my windows for
Oh,
Halloween.
awesome!
So, you guys are saying you do like your horror movies quite a bit, and I always take a lot of inspiration from horror
Yep.
movies. So can you tell us a little bit about the notable horror movies for you this year in 2019?
This year, oh man, this year I didn't, I've been so busy trying to get stuff ready, and then with that crazy weather we've been having, repairing stuff from the wind and the snow and stuff, I haven't, to tell you the truth, I've been waiting till after Halloween to get a lot of the more recent ones. Hereditary
Oh yes.
is
so
one
good.
is one that being that I'm a huge Exorcist fan, it falls under that same super creepy
Yeah.
type stuff. I like a lot of creature feature stuff that has a lot of practical special effects stuff, so that I can draw from it for what we do. Practical special effects are totally so then that falls under B movie. Unfortunately, some A movies will use it, but it tends to fall in the horror category. It tends to fall into bad acting and stuff, but great special effects,
Yeah,
right?
it's almost like they go hand in hand. Like the bad special or the great special effects, complement the really bad acting.
And sometimes I
Yeah.
think the budget has to go on the special effects rather than the actors. So it's one or the other, right? That's kind of how horror goes.
Yeah.
But we try to watch as many as we can.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What about you, Erin? Did you see any this year that you were kind of like, that one stuck out to me quite a bit?
Not. We just had this conversation at work too.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Because as soon as you say like, "Oh yeah, we do this Halloween thing, and I love Halloween," and people are like, "Oh, you must watch horror movies. What's your favorite horror movie?" And I'm like, so many. I don't. That's a hard thing to pick.
It's a hard thing to pick, yeah.
Absolutely.
Was Starry-Eyed this year, or was it last year?
Last year, the year before, maybe.
Maybe that far. I did
Yeah.
really like that one. I
Did
found
you?
it was a little bit of a slow burn for that first little.
If you haven't seen it, it's a great.
It was
creepy
great.
movie.
All right, and that one's called Starry
Starry
Eyes?
Eyes.
I
Or Starry
believe-
Eyes.
Starry
yeah.
Eyes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, you guys, taken from the Splatterhouse, Starry Eyes definitely something you should look into. And I do think from last year, the Terrifier. Were you guys a fan of the Terrifier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was a good one.
and the original where Art the Clown came from, the All
Yeah.
Hallows Eve movies. There's two of them, I believe.
Okay.
Same deal. They're pretty good too. It's all splatter style.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm a huge fan of the Feast series.
The Feast.
Feast 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Craziest special effects you'll ever see.
Yeah.
If you've never seen them, highly recommended. And the acting is pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
For a B movie, it's pretty good.
And they're actually fairly good budget movies. So I would even say that they're not even in that B quality. Just because there's so much practical effects in it, I think they get lumped in that.
Yeah.
But they're three movies that continue one right after the other as far as storyline, and they're great.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
definitely something to look into for the horror movie buffs out there who haven't seen the Feast series or Starry Eyes. For me personally, I just watched I Spit on Your Grave 1 and 2.
yeah.
Those
Yeah,
ones you just
sure.
don't walk away from. They
we're-
stick with you.
We're fans of those ones,
Yeah.
and I'm fan of all the original, like the '70s versions too.
Yeah. Just remarkable, hey?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
like-
Italian horror films, like those ones too.
Yeah.
The older like '80s style slasher films, and yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for this year then, is there anything notable that is new in the Splatterhouse that we should be watching out for?
This year, we're going to put up some signage just to make sure that everybody's aware, but you will be on camera this year. We have some folks.
We're planning on to possibly making a DVD.
Oh my
to
goodness!
put out there, and if anybody wanted one, kind of thing.
Wow,
yeah,
that's
like a
amazing.
full evening of edited clips of all the great scares and stuff, different camera angles and stuff. So
And that's association with the Lethbridge Film Society?
Yes, I
Awesome.
do, yeah.
That's great. So thank you, Lethbridge Film Society. For
Yes.
those
yes,
of you who don't
thank you very
know,
much.
I am on the board of the Lethbridge Film Society, and also we like to collaborate with local artists and everything like that. And obviously, super happy to be a part of your guys' year this year.
Oh yeah, it's
Charlie
awesome.
was so epically excited to tell us about it, and I was like, yes, I cannot love this enough. So I'm so pumped.
Yeah, he
This
was
is
just
perfect.
over earlier taking some camera angles and stuff and
Yes.
looking for good shots and stuff. So yeah, we're hoping for some good footage of some great scares. We get great reactions out of people. I've literally seen people throw everything down and up in the air and run, like literally run.
So
And it's
good.
like, oh, first off, don't hurt yourself, but it's fun to see you run.
Yeah, this is what I do this for.
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
see you're scared, right?
I think the
Absolutely.
last time at our last location or our other location, we found 3 driver's licenses of people in the yard, just that they had just booked everything. I'm running.
Wow. It's like, take my money, take my license,
Yeah,
all my
yeah.
candy, bye.
and then sometimes you forget that some people don't live in the horror world, so just small things are scary to them. Whereas it takes a lot to scare somebody that lives around it all the time or achieves to try and scare people. But some people don't do horror, so when they come to a Halloween thing, it's the smallest things that get them too, eh? So it's I think we get some people pretty good. And then again, the ones that don't even, they'll go to a certain point and then turn around and go back. The maze was one of the things I noticed last year. A lot of people came down into the main part of the yard, but they were not going to walk through the mouth of the maze.
They were like, no,
oh,
no,
I'm
no.
good. I heard a lot of, I'm good. And they would go back out the front, eh?
Yeah.
So that too is a little pat on my shoulder for saying, oh, that was a good idea, doing the maze thing.
Yeah.
Wanted to always do one at the other place, but it was not quite the right yard for it. And now we got a pretty good space, so we utilized it, and it turned out pretty good. got a lot of
That's
compliments on the scary maze.
Yeah. So what time does everything go down tomorrow night?
6:30.
6:30
Yeah.
is the magical time where
Yeah.
the slaughterhouse goes up.
Yeah.
And then what time do you close?
Till people stop dying down.
Really?
And being that it's on a weeknight, usually 10:30, people start to slow down, but we'll kick around a bit for people that are coming late. And you might not necessarily, if you're coming later, you might not necessarily see any of the gore stuff or like the actual show, but we'll walk you through and tell you everything that happened and show you all the stuff and
Wow.
so make sure that everybody that comes gets to see and hear about what did happen and when it went down.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's awesome. So yeah, with that being said, I just want to go back again. You guys are located behind the Martin Brothers.
Yep.
Yes.
And it is free to enter.
Yep.
However, Cat Panic says if you can donate a monetary donation, I definitely think you should. Because we do want to support local artists and local entertainment, especially on Halloween, because we don't have very much to do around Halloween, especially for the horror lovers.
There's not a lot, really.
No.
I get told that a lot, that people love what I do because there isn't a lot of that here. And I mean, there's Creepy Hollow. Is it Sleep Creepy Hollow
It's
now?
Creepy Hollow.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're about 40 minutes out of town now.
Yeah.
I don't think it was quite as bad when they were in Sterling and they were a little bit closer. 20 minutes is not a bad drive, but I think 40 minutes or so, that's a long drive to do a Halloween thing, right? So it's nice to have something in town people can walk to and it's free.
Yeah.
For the
you just
kids,
come in.
smaller kids, right?
We
Packing
get
them
some
up.
kids that
Yeah.
hang out for 40, 50 minutes, an
They
hour.
actually hang.
And they just
They
hang
say.
out and watch people get scared
Oh,
and they get a
wow.
kick out of it and stuff, and it's a safe place to come and hang out,
So now I know it's probably too late this year, but can you tell us a bit more of the volunteer opportunities when it comes to the slaughterhouse? Because I know there's a lot of people who are like interested in volunteering, but they're hearing about it just now, or they're waiting for next year.
We kind of this is the first year we kind of put out a full out. I think we mentioned it to you and to Charlie that we would gladly take on a few more actors to help out. Mostly it's just been word of mouth and friends that have kind of been doing it with us. But as they've been having kids themselves and stuff, now they're committed to doing Halloween with their small ones.
Yeah.
They can't do the scare stuff. So we try to replace them with as good of people because we have over the years had some pretty good actors and we have some really good ones right now. But we could always use a few more. So it's always nice to get in touch with somebody. And we did it a little bit late this year, put the word out, but we're always willing to meet somebody and say like, look, this is what we do. And if you're interested in, doing it all out, we're down.
No, that's awesome. Actually, I think I'm doing makeup for one of your horror actors tomorrow. I'm so excited. We're doing full face prosthetics and nails and body wounds. So I
For
am.
our place?
Yeah.
Oh,
one of your
wow.
actors.
Amy?
No.
Oh.
Nick.
Oh.
Oh,
Nick's one of our
Nick is
favorites.
one of
So
our
Nick
favorites.
just showed up, right? Like Nick. So here,
here's a
yes.
great story about Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nick, shout out to Nick.
Yeah.
Nick, he showed up at my other location and I believe he was one of the guys that used to come as a kid.
Oh, really?
And once he got older, he was like, I want to do this. So one year, when I had my garage scene in my other place, he just come one year and he hung out in the garage and scared people. Wow. And then at the end of it, and I saw him and I just kind of let him do it. And it was like, oh, he's doing a good job. So that's fine.
Yeah.
So he approached us at the end of the night and said, think I could be part of this? And we were like, oh yeah, for sure. So the next year he came and he's been coming for the last 3 or 4 years now, and he's
That's
great.
amazing.
He's one of our favorites.
Yeah.
He's very good at the scare.
Yeah.
We don't have a phone number. We don't have
We don't
email
have any
addresses.
contact.
Nick
It's kinda
just
like
comes.
an
Yeah, it's
ambiguous ghost of Halloween that shows up, right?
a standing invitation. You did
we
it
always
once.
at
You
the
did a
end-
good
At the end
job.
of every show, we always tell everybody that has been part of it. We said, if we don't get it, because we get really busy around this time, so if we don't actually get a hold of you, just know that you're always welcome and just show up.
Yeah.
You know what time it is. You know what we do. So just show up. And we do get those people that we don't see all year round. We see them on Halloween, and they help out, and it's like awesome. And you make plans to see them after, and you bump, right? And it's like, yeah, okay, see ya. And then we don't see them until next Halloween.
Yeah,
it's just one of those things. Everybody's life is, so busy and stuff, but they do take the time to come and scare some people.
That's awesome. Well, especially, if you don't have much going on, a lot of people live in basement suites or apartments, they can't really decorate that much, or they can't go, they don't have trick-or-treaters coming through. Speaking from experience, I lived in a basement suite for, I think, 6 years. And yeah, you don't really get to decorate or partake in it, but it's fun when you can partake in someone else's, right?
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. And we go big enough that there's lots to share, right?
Absolutely. I remember last year, I don't know, Erin, as you told me, you guys have this massive pumpkin carving party.
Yes.
Where it's like many pumpkins, and they're like everyone's carving 1, 2, or 5, and
Yeah.
That's crazy.
We just came from doing that.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Was it just as many this year, or was it slower this year?
A little fewer this year.
A little bit fewer. We still got about 50 pumpkins.
Yeah, so just a few.
So it's still a big. That is one of our displays that people comment to a lot about are the pumpkins, and it's super impressive to see a whole bunch of pumpkins kind of all piled up together, all lit up, all kind of scary looking. Mm-hmm. There's something about it, right? It gives it that real ambiance of Halloween. Absolutely. So yeah, it's awesome to have that. Mm-hmm. Pumpkins were a little sparse this year because of the frost and they froze. We worked with them the best we could. Most of them still had a good side. Okay. So we carved them anyways.
Yeah, absolutely.
They'll last a day or two. And funny thing about pumpkins is you carve them a little bit early and they wither a little bit and they look better.
Yeah.
Then a fresh, to me anyways, then a fresh one. When they shrink a little bit and when wither a little bit,
they look gruesome.
They look a little more gruesome for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, that's so great. I'm so excited. And what else was I gonna say? I was gonna say something about pumpkins, but I can't remember. But yeah, so anyways, I'm doing some makeup for one of your actors, so hopefully you won't even recognize him. That's my goal. It'll be
awesome.
Top secret when he shows up.
It's a relief actually to know that he's coming because we were just talking today. That we were like, oh, I was fixing up his area that I know he likes to hang.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I'm pretty sure Nick's gonna show up. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure. And we're like, yeah, he's good for always showing up. So thanks for the.
Oh yeah.
I know he's coming.
For sure,
and he's coming really good.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
the thing
awesome.
that we have planned, it's kind of top secret. I won't say too
much
about it.
I like to be surprised. So
I'm hoping that
awesome.
nobody recognizes him. That was our goal between each other. I'm like, I'm gonna make it so nobody actually knows who you are. Yeah, so you can really scare somebody.
He did a really good job one year, and he came with his eyeball hanging out and a whole bottom piece put on, and I believe he did it himself. Oh, wow. And it was really quite good. Yeah, he had the hanging eye, and he did a really great job.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. We totally are down for Nick. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, I'm super pumped, and I'm excited to see what Charlie can do with like the recordings and things.
Yeah, we are too. We keep saying every year that we're gonna do like some kind of social media boost or like a DVD or good filming of everybody's skit and stuff, but we just get we run out of time.
Yeah.
It's so much work to get everything to roll just right that we run out of time and we just say, whatever. If you see it, you see it, and if you don't, well, then you missed out. Mm-hmm. That was kind of our theory, right? Like then you better come next year and see it.
And to confirm too, because with Creepy Hollow, they're all year round, but you guys are one night a year.
We do a couple months worth of work for 4-5 hours and for one night a year.
That's like the film industry in a nutshell.
We do major amounts of work and preparation for one show.
Yeah.
It's one thing. It would be nice I always thought it would be nice to have it open every night of the week before Halloween, like the 5 days before Halloween, just without any actors, just so people could come in and look at the displays and walk through the maze and stuff, but not really have anything scary come out till the show.
Yeah,
kind of thing. But it's just never worked out that way. Mm-hmm. Regular life and jobs, and
it's hard.
It would be nice. It would be nice to do it, but we still get a great kick out of what we do now.
Yeah.
You know?
So, do you guys have a head count of actually how many people typically come on Halloween night to your house?
Oh.
Last year, I'll be honest. Last year, our door actress did such a good job that she kept a lot of folks from actually taking candy, and that's how we keep a head count.
Oh no!
She was too good. She was way too good.
Typically keep somebody at the door handing out the treats.
Mm-hmm.
Not quite as scary as the rest of the stuff, so the little ones can come in. But she was really good. Some of the kids didn't want to make it in at all, so it was like, oh well, that's it's
So
part of
last
the
year was
haunted
hard.
house, right?
Yeah.
The year before, I think we were pretty close to 500.
That's pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah.
And my best year was probably my last year at the old location,
Yes.
and it was over 2,000.
Good for you.
For
That's
sure,
an
it was
impressive
for sure it
number.
was over 2,000.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was about again like a 4 or 5 hour period.
Yeah.
That's
And I
cool.
always liken it to it's like the population of a small town walking through your yard in a short span.
Yeah.
Like 1,000 people is a lot of people to come like walking through your yard in an hour or two.
Well, and when your old location, you're beside the boathouse.
Yes,
Yeah.
shout
Yeah,
out to the
Kerbers.
Kerbers. They
Yeah,
make
shout out
sure
to
that
them.
we still get a lot of traffic in our
Yeah,
new
they send them our
location.
way when people ask, or mention, oh, we missed the other house. Well, we're not gone.
Mhm.
We're
They've
just-
got
we're-
our address by the door, so
Oh, do
their
they?
volunteers can share with people where we're at. So
Yeah.
they
That's great.
definitely help make sure we still see a lot of our traffic.
I
down
think
at
the first
place.
year that
That's
we
great.
weren't at the old location, people just assumed we didn't put any signs up or anything. We just moved, right? And I think a little bit of word of mouth got around that we had moved and we're just down a few blocks. But there were a lot of people that just thought I was gone.
Mhm.
And now they're just kind of rediscovering, like, oh, you're still doing it? Oh, okay. So now they're like finding out where I am and trying to make it, eh?
Yeah.
So no, it's great.
That's
It's our favorite time.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you know what? As you should be. You guys are like the king and queen of Halloween right now. It's
We feel like it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So yeah, with that too, what was I gonna say? Tell me some trials and tribulations of the weather, because we're supposed to get snow tomorrow.
I was watching. The percentage went down
It
from
is?
51 to 44. So I'm willing it down as the night goes on. I'm
Yeah.
hoping it doesn't. We go rain or snow or what. We show goes on. We're kind of one of those, as long as you're willing to go out and do it, I appreciate. I understand if it's really crappy and the actors don't want to go out and do it, but some of us are troopers and we'll be out there no matter what. So yeah.
No,
And I'm hoping it's been nice. The last few weeks have been terrible.
Mhm.
The 100-mile winds didn't help, but
That snow dump that we had didn't help. He's replaced the roof of the maze so far.
seriously?
I lost
that was
I
a lot
lost
of
the
weight.
whole roof, all the weight of the snow, ripped all the roof down and
That must
stuff.
be really
But
disheartening.
it added kind of to the look of it now.
Did it?
I
You
left
bet.
I left
Yeah?
I left
worked
a lot
out.
Of, I left all of the old stuff kind of hanging down in the maze, so it's got extra creepiness to it,
Great.
and a brand new roof.
There
So
So as Bob Ross says, there's no bad accidents, just happy mistakes.
yeah,
or
and I
however
had
he
planned
says it.
everything I built, as far as the maze wise, I built to withstand the wind, just because I know how windy it gets. So it's super safe. It's all still standing. Just the tarp got ripped off the top, so
Yeah.
not too bad
Oh yeah.
as far as considering what we've had for weather.
Yeah.
And then I'm
this-
just hoping it's not like super windy. And last year we lucked out right when we were just shutting down. It started to snow at the end,
Mhm.
and that's like it held off right to the end for us. Yeah, and I'm hoping this time maybe it'll do that again.
Mm-hmm,
You know?
absolutely. There's something worse than having like a white Halloween because you're kind of conflicted, right? You're
Yeah.
like,
Well, and it changes the ambiance of the whole look when it's all white.
Changes the lighting,
It
the
changes
look
the
of the lighting.
It changes the way I've kind of set things up. The shadows aren't shadows anymore. They're all lit up with snow, right? And
Yeah.
it changes it a bit. We still roll with it, but it's nicer with it what wasn't snow.
Absolutely.
For
Plus,
sure.
all the kids aren't like hugging around
in their
snow
parkas and
suits,
stuff,
right?
you can see their costumes.
Yeah.
How can we judge the costumes and hand out our 3 prize bags if we can't
That's
see the
right.
costumes?
Tell me about the prizes.
Yeah, so we still have the 3 bags. We fluff them up with a whole bunch of extra goodies, and more so than just candy, lots of extra Halloween fun stuff, arts and crafts and things to do later. So there isn't really any specific criteria. It's just kind of, do your best to dress to impress. We like to include a kind of a trophy of sorts in each bag. So,
And a
not...
memento of the Splatterhouse and then we date it for each year and stuff.
Aww.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So
come dressed up is what you're saying.
Yeah, put that effort in,
Well,
right?
We appreciate it for sure.
No, absolutely. And there's nothing but more that's the best part. Is just seeing everyone's costumes and seeing everybody in the spirit of Halloween,
Yes.
right?
Oh yeah.
So tell me a little bit about your influences with the Splatterhouse, because I know you do take a lot from the Insane Clown Posse and certain bands.
Oh yeah.
Can you tell us just a little bit about these influences that have really reflected a lot in the Splatterhouse in the last since its inception?
Just showmanship. Like for me, it was always bands that had crazy shows. Guar. All any kind of masked band that still had talent and had musical talent to it. But I always really appreciated a crazy show that went with it. It was so much more than just watching some guys up there playing, right? And then just taking that into the crossing it with the horror movie stuff and just throwing it all together and just throwing it out there.
That's great. So do you have people who are like, oh my god, I know that from this place, or oh, that looks like this thing, and you're kind of like, yes.
Yeah, we get some people that recognize stuff that I've specifically taken from movies or seen from something and have either changed it a little bit, but they're like, oh, I bet that's from this or that, or we try to incorporate some of the newest kind of stuff, like the craze right now. We have maybe a pretty good little It surprise. So we're not 100% on it yet, but it could be one of our creepiest things yet. If it all goes to plan, it'll be, for a lot of people, it'll be the creepiest part.
Oh, that is
we don't want to give it away. We just don't want to give it away.
No,
but
keep it a surprise.
It's within that It realm. So.
Yeah. Oh, that's so exciting. So extra clowns, extra fun. You gotta be there. Anybody who loves Halloween, or if you want to take your kids to some really fun activity, you want to go to the Splatterhouse. And again, that's behind Martin Brothers, free of charge, 6:30 till about 10. And yeah, Cat Panic says, and you can blame me, bring a monetary donation if you can, because you do want to support your local talent and local artists. So is there anything else you guys want to really talk to us about for the Splatterhouse? Like maybe some do's and don'ts, or what they can expect, they won't be touched, anything like that? There is no waivers to be signed, so.
No, and we don't do any grabbing people or anything, more just jump scares and gross out scares, and all the gross out stuff for the most part is done behind glass, so it's not getting on you, it's all getting on us. Right, kind of thing. So and just
pretty big enter at your own risk sign. So we feel like the waiver that is in place of the waiver. If that's you decide that this is for you, then
and I got a couple PG signs as you go through, just so parents know that we won't let little kids come through without a big person. If they seem like they're too small, we will tell them you have to have somebody big with you come through. Just because in case somebody gets scared and runs and tramples you, or you never know, right? So we try to keep everybody safe and scared at the same time, right?
Safe and scared, two of the best things, right?
Yeah.
They marry each other very well.
I've had lots of people ask me, honestly, too, about can they bring their dog through? So not so much even, is it good for my kids? I mean, that's for you to decide, not us. But I've had people ask about dogs. Nobody's going to necessarily tell you no, but I probably wouldn't suggest that it's the best. If someone can hold them on the leash out front and take turns, that's probably the safest, happiest route for your fur friend. But it's, not, there is no signage to discourage that, but I would say if we're doing do's and don'ts, that might be like a gentle don't.
Yeah. Maybe leave the dogs at the door, pick them up on the way out.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. So that was one that I had thought of this year, just based on the questions I've been asked and the frequency of it lately. So
yeah, when you're taking your dog trick-or-treating, I guess, right?
I was surprised at how many people I did see with dogs coming through, and in my old location too, coming with dogs.
I guess they are a part of the family now. You get some
Yeah.
dog costume.
Yeah, ours
right?
too. We
Yeah.
get it. We get it.
Absolutely, right? So is your dog dressing up to be in the slaughterhouse this year?
No,
Not this year.
He did dress up this year. He had one of those muzzle masks with the grinning, bloody smile.
Very
and I
nice.
painted a little cross on his forehead for his daycare party.
Oh,
his
doggy
doggy daycare. Yes.
I love it.
Yeah.
I bet they use the
got a
best
spoiled
dress.
dog. Yes.
Yes, they must be spoiled. That's why you have them, right? Totally.
And they think they had kind of half expected him to come scary and not as a bumblebee or with a tutu on, or
Cute. Yeah.
we think those are funny too, but we went the route that people expected us to go. He looks scary.
Oh, that's perfect. Absolutely. So, okay, and again, I happen to ask this: why call it the Splatterhouse?
Just a name I came up with. Once we started doing the gore stuff, I just threw it out there, and I used to make like an invitation for my parties. Back years ago, I used to have like a party and then do the Halloween show too, and I would do like the adult friend party thing the weekend before, and I would make up invitations and stuff, and I always had to call it something, so I just called it the Splatterhouse, and then it just kind of graduated into that's what it is. Just I think because we do so much like fake blood stuff and gore stuff, it kind of fits.
No, absolutely. I think it's a very creative name, and it sticks with you too, because it definitely goes along the lines of the B movie.
Kind of.
Thing,
Yep.
right? Yeah.
Splatterhouse films, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And so, what are your favorite sort of textiles, I guess, the lack of a better term, do you like to use? Because obviously you use a lot of masks, but do you use a lot of like, I don't know how you like Mod Podge or like plastics? Like, how do you make your stuff? Like, what do you like to make that?
Well, a lot of like the full size mannequins and stuff. They are either just a mannequin, like an actual mannequin, or it's just old clothes stuffed with stuffing and stuff, and just all like our old shoes and stuff. And I would just take masks and just paint them up. Like, we never really have made any masks or anything.
No.
I have in the past done on the balloon. Hodgepodge, I guess you want to call that, and made masks, but I always found it just easier to just buy them and change them, add stuff to them or take stuff away from them and paint them up, and if you do enough to them, people don't recognize it from the store, and they'll be like, oh, I never saw that at Spirit Store, or and it actually did come from Spirit Store. We usually try to go really early and get only the one thing of something that's there, so there isn't a whole bunch, and just change it.
Oh, that's awesome. Great.
A lot of times we make the bodies, the mannequins and stuff are costumes that have been donated by the actors from the years before. So it helps add to the you don't know who's who. Is that a real one or is that not?
Three of the full-size mannequins in the yard right at the moment are three of my previous full costumes.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
So then people from the year before go, oh, I can remember that guy, but it's actually just a mannequin.
Oh, no way.
So yeah, they think it's going to move, but something else moves.
Yeah, just to kind of, put you on your edge, right?
Yeah.
So do you guys take donations then for old costumes, like old bits and pieces of like arms and things?
Yep.
Like, do you guys take this
Oh,
stuff?
yeah, we would.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
so in the future, if you guys do have like gory costumes or like body parts, dead dummies, whatever you got that's laying around that maybe needs a little love or a little repurpose, don't forget to hit up the Splatterhouse because they might be able to utilize it in their next display, and then that way a little part of you is also in the display. Just a heads up.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, guys. Well, I think that's all the time we have for today. I want to say thank you.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, and if there's anything else you want to add last minute while we're here.
No, so everybody have a great Halloween and come check us out.
Tell everybody you know. The more, the merrier.
Yeah.
The scarier, I suppose. 'Tis
The more
the
the
season.
merrier, the scarier.
I
love that. So excellent. So, and everybody, just so you know, the Wake Up and Makeup Show is back every Sunday, minus this one at 11 a.m. If you're looking to be a guest or you want to just participate in some way, follow my Facebook page at Cat Panic Makeup Art and Design. If you do want to hit me up for Halloween makeup for the next year, also give me a shout because I am taking my bookings and deposits for the 2020 because it's going to be a very busy year given it's a Saturday
Yes.
next year. So I assume that you guys are probably gearing up for next year being going to be nuts.
Yeah.
So,
Usually brings a bigger crowd when it's on the weekend.
And it's a lot.
We
We run a lot later on a weekend night for sure.
That is. Would you ever be opposed to doing the Friday and the Saturday? Because weekend.
It could be done if we planned it right. Yeah.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, it would.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Wake Up and Makeup Show every other Sunday at 11 a.m. with me, your host, Cat Panic. If you want to be a guest, hit me up after the show. And yes, don't forget to hit up the Splatterhouse tomorrow. Their only night of the year for being open, free admission. There is candy and there will be scares. And it's going to be the best time in Lethbridge. So no matter what your plan is, definitely make a stop over there before you continue on your festivities. Awesome. And that is, can you guys give us the address one more time?
301.
301?
6A Ave.
6A Ave South, right behind Martin Bros. And you will see their display from the road.
Can't miss it.
Can't miss it. And if you guys want to scare it for next year, hit them up for volunteer opportunities. And if you have things they might be interested in, like donating, feel free to contact them for donating it to next year's exhibit. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
And
Thank
these
you.
are fabulous. I
Enjoy.
am so excited to put them in the window for all my little gruesomes that come to my door on tomorrow for trick-or-treating.
Nice.
I'm handing out candy, or cotton candy, because I feel like it
Fun.
goes in my hair.
That's
Yeah.
great. That's
It's
great.
going to be pretty fun. But hopefully I can make it out to see your guys' display next year, or this
Please
year.
do.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
please
it's
do.
going to be good.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy
Thanks
Halloween.
for tuning in.